Try this Uji matcha with me. It has chamomile and umami notes. I don't think it's sweetened. That's not what I signed up for. Anyways, so I just posted on LinkedIn this morning talking about how I moved to LA to build a tech company, and there's this big misunderstanding in the tech world that you need to build a tech company in San Francisco, and I have such a clear vision and story for why I'm doing this and explanation for why I'm building the creator economy, whatever, but I realize that a lot of people have a hard time finding their story. So I wanted to make a video today talking about how I found my story, what my story is, and how you can find yours too. So the easiest way for you to do this is to literally just figure out what you want to do with your life. Like, why are you drawn to the things that you're drawn to? And is this sustainable? Is this something that you can do long term? Or is it something that is just a phase? And like, phases are totally fine. Like, you only get to where you want to go by going through phases, and I think it's very important for you to go through and explore phases. So I'm totally for it. If you end up trying something and you don't like it and you feel like you wasted a bunch of time, I'm here to tell you that you probably didn't. We should start taking time out of the equation because it really is not that deep. But when you're sitting down and you're really thinking to yourself, like, this is what I want to do with my life, if you spend a lot of time thinking, like, this could span over like a course of a few years, this could span over like one really in-depth overthinking session, like, really, you choose your timeline, you choose like how much you think about it, whatever. But when you realize that you want to do something because of constant themes and threads in your life, that's when you can start to like pull on those threads a little bit more, and that's when your story starts to form. So what I'm doing is I'm in LA because I'm building a tech company for content creators, more specifically content creators that are trying to start their own businesses. And why I ultimately ended up in LA and working with creators and trying to get myself into the creator economy ecosystem a lot more is because at my very core, I am also a content creator. I think of the world in terms of trends, and I see things in terms of like what will do well on Twitter versus what will do well on TikTok. And I'm also very innately like an entertainer and someone that's always been creating content, whether in the traditional sense, like I created my TikTok account in 2017. I was an early beta tester of TikTok. I was an editor on Vine. I was on Twitter and Instagram so early that when I go look at the screenshots of the apps in my photos folders, I'm like, yikes, like I can't believe that we just like took that UI design and we ran with it. Even before that, before like content creation was really a thing and we just really had YouTube, obviously because I grew up with YouTube. When I was 6 years old, I was taking my family's video camera and I was setting it up and I was full on creating skits. I was full on making music videos. I was also making music at this time, by the way, but I would go so far to bring my friends in the skits. I would like invite my friends over. We'd go to our backyard and we'd like film on this like video camera. And then one of my other friends, their family had like a family iMac. So we would go out and like film and stuff on our iPads and our iPods, and then we'd go edit it on iMovie and we'd upload it to YouTube, and we'd do like horror skits, like short films. And then when I got my iPad, I would start making like music videos I made music videos on VideoStar, and I would also upload them. There was like a Kids Bop version of YouTube or like some like kids version of YouTube that I would upload this stuff on. The point is, I've been very much like, that's just who I am. Like, when you think about it, when I was 6 years old, no one was talking about content creation. Like, no one was telling me to do this. No one was teaching me about this. No one was talking to me about this. I would just like engage in media, which is like Disney Channel, which is literally like all I really watched, and like Nickelodeon maybe. And I was like, I want to do that, which is why I would like write songs and I would be singing, and then I also would be like creating skits and stuff and like filming myself. Like, that was coming innately from me. So fast forward like 20 years later, when I say that, yeah, I feel like I'm in the right space, I feel like I fit in with content creators, I feel like I fit in with entertainers, like, it makes total sense to me because this is a story that I've had my entire life. But it didn't take me like 2 minutes to sit here and be like, what is my story? Like, why am I doing this? Like, there have been a lot of phases, a lot of eras that I've had to go through and fail and even like succeed in and do a lot of stuff in between for me to figure out that this was where I should be. It's very grassy. Another part of this is I want you to really think about what you are good at. I think this is something that is ironically overrated and also underrated at the same time. Really be honest with yourself and stop looking at like outside people, like external validation. Like, don't look at what other people think that you're good at. Like, what do you know for a fact that you are good at? Are you good at speaking? Are you good at being funny? Are you good at coding? Are you good at, I don't know, streaming? Like, what is it that you are good at? And also, like, what is it that you enjoy doing? And those things usually do align. A lot of the time people don't see how they fit together, but they really, really do. I've spoken to so many people who have been like, oh, I do this for work and I hate it because when I'm done with work, I do this and like this is way more fun and this is what I enjoy. And it's like, you could be doing what you enjoy. Like, there's a part of it that you could bring into your work so you don't hate working, because you spend a lot of your time working, right? Like 9 to 5 days a week, or even more than that these days. Like, obviously you want to be enjoying what you're doing. There are like threads that you can pull, but a lot of people are kind of short-sighted or have never entertained that. So I do really think that it's worth sitting down and thinking about and really exploring and talking to other people and seeing like what they think, because there are a lot of perspectives and stuff that you have not even like been open to because you haven't been exposed to. That's what like I aim to do with my channel, is open up perspectives and help people see things that they otherwise didn't have access to before. So for me personally, let's give you an example. I am very good at being technical, and I know that there are like languages and types of technical developer that I am good at, but there's also types of like languages and like technical stuff that I enjoy. So for example, I know I'm not good at web development, so I will not be creating websites because I'm not good at it. I also don't enjoy it, so I will not be spending extra time learning how to build websites. I enjoy mobile development, so in turn I became good at it because I enjoy doing it, so I did it a lot. I enjoy design, but I'm not good at it, but I will spend time on getting better at design because I enjoy it. And so like you can see that there are 3 examples here of like what you're good at, what you enjoy, what you are not good at, what you don't enjoy, and like you can mix and match that, and you can really figure out like what is the thing that is going to really be my thing, what's the thing that's going to lead me to the next thing. And because I've identified that I really enjoy like mobile development, whatever, every time I build a company, it's always based on a mobile app. At least in the very beginning, when I am touching like all parts of it, like it's completely a mobile app. So I hope this helps. The abstract idea of me like working in the content space and working with content creators and being in LA and like Sony Studios is actually like right there. I'm like gobsmacked. I'm like, the rainbow, like, oh my god, you know, like I enjoy being here. I feel so excited every time I go outside, and like no matter how many times I will see like the Hollywood sign or any like Hollywood adjacent thing. Like I saw like a bridge that was sponsored by HBO Max. Like I'm not even an HBO Max user, but when I saw that I was like, oh my god, that is the coolest thing ever. Or like a pink building, an iridescent building, and I'm still like, that's so pretty. Like LA is just, it's just for me. It's just so cool to me and I love it. But like I said, like I did a lot of content creation when I was little, and then I did a lot of content creation like my teen years, but it was like a very anonymous. I didn't want people to know I was online, and then I didn't get back into doing social media until a couple years ago, and then since then I've gone viral and all this kind of stuff. I've always done it for the love of the game. I've never done it for like payment or whatever, and so that's something I know that I enjoy. And then like tech, I know I'm good at that because I've gotten jobs at like Apple, and I've led fraud and security and all that kind of stuff. So I've gotten that like feedback loop. And so there's a lot of reasons here where I'm like, okay, I know what I'm good at, I know what I like, and I can put this all together into something that I want to build. But again, like I said, it's taken like 20 years to like really build this story. But another thing is, this story wouldn't have existed without somebody building that thread, right? Like I can just say that all this stuff is siloed and it's all just like things and events that have like happened, right? They just like happen to happen. And this is a story that I have like put together and crafted and really like created this narrative and have been telling this narrative over and over again to tell people like, this is why I'm here. This is a story that I wrote. I am the author of this, right? So if I didn't author the story, it wouldn't have existed. Similarly, there are other stories that I can put together. So my last startup was in health tech, and the same thing, I was like, I have years of experience here. I have years of experience here. And that's why I built this health tech company, because, you know, like These are stories that I sat down and I wrote and I like narrate over and over again, and it makes sense to me and it makes sense to other people, and people are jumping on board, and that is what I'm trying to express to you, is that your stories really are just waiting to be written by you. Like, whatever that story is, it really is just sitting there. Like, all of this stuff that has led you to what you want to do or what you're doing now, that explanation is going to be there. Like, you just don't wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Think about where you're going to be a year from now, like how old you're gonna be, and like literally everything. Like, are you gonna have health insurance? Like, think about all of that kind of stuff. And 1 year from now, if that version of you would not want to be doing what you're doing today, then maybe let's put a pause on that. Also, when I say think about your dreams, I want you to think about it in like a lasting context of, what am I going to be providing for the people who are going to be consuming what I'm doing, what I'm building? Because I think no matter what people want to do, whether it's big or small, there's going to be some sort of output. If it's like, I want to get into the college of my dreams, why? What does getting into the college of your dreams allow you to do that is going to produce an output to the masses? Like, everything that people want to do is obviously going to create output and have a ripple effect to the masses. And I really want you to sit down and think about, like, okay, I've got the story now, but does the future piece fit into my story? Because like I said in the beginning of this video, we're trying to take time out of the equation, really, and just kind of like think about this like existing abstractly. And an easy way for you to do that is like a little bit weird, but like, again, introducing time again, but in the sense of past, present, future. Does that make sense? Are we following along? Okay. Before I go, the last thing I really want to say is, whatever you want to do is possible. Like, literally anything that you feel drawn to, your story is there wanting to be written. I've said this 5 minutes ago. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it over and over again. Like, that thread, that reason, like all of that stuff is literally just sitting there waiting for you to discover it and to own it and to share it with the world, because people will jump on board when you're sharing your story and your visions and your dreams. Like, you will find your people, okay, I promise. But the first person you need to convince is yourself, and you really need to find that story. And I promise you, like, that story is there. It just needs to be refined by you. And so in that sense, no matter what you want to do, you can do it. There are so many reasons why you have a desire to go and do something. There's so many reasons why you are the right person to do that as well. So if you are scared that like, oh, something feels like out of your realm or something feels like too moonshot or whatever, like, I promise you it's not. There are people who have done probably larger leaps and jumps than you have, and you are either just like short-sighted and you're not able to like craft this narrative and like see it yourself, or you're comparing yourself, and you don't need to, because nobody is doing anything the way that you are and the way that you can, which is the same argument to content creators of, even though content creation is like perceived to be like oversaturated, like too many people are doing it, why you can still be a content creator and be successful and build a personal brand, because nobody's doing it like you. So I'm gonna leave you with those, but I will see you all in the next video.